Hi everyone, welcome to the MEC Podcast Series Community Corner. I'm your host Nainika, and today we are diving into the story of two inspiring entrepreneurship champions from our last year's program. Today's episode title is MEC Champions, Student Leaders in Entrepreneurship, and as the name suggests, our guests are Fariha and Meutia, who have both been incredible ambassadors of entrepreneurship for us last year. So, what is the EC program? The EC program is MEC's Step Up and Lead program. It runs throughout the year and it is designed to empower University of Manchester students with tools, opportunities, and network to thrive in an entrepreneurial world. So, Fariha and Meutia, welcome to the MEC podcast series. So, before we dive into your experiences, could you both just briefly introduce yourselves and tell us why you decided to join the EC program?
Sure. Hi, I'm Meutia. I am a MEC Innovation Management Entrepreneurship student. I first know about the EC program during the second semester when you came to the Developing Enterprise Individual class.
Okay.
And then I was really surprised because I knew this program, the EC and stuffs, and because I also want to step out from my comfort zone. I want to get to know more people, especially if we talk about entrepreneurship, because entrepreneurship, I think we need a supportive environment. So yeah, that's why I decided to join the EC program. Plus I think because with EC program we could have the Stellify Award qualification. So that's why I decided to take this.
Amazing.
As you introduced me, I'm Fariha. I'm a second year business management student here at AMBS. And the reason I joined the EC program, I actually found it last summer, exactly 1 year from the time of filming this podcast. Yeah, so I was just going through the websites, looking for step up and lead roles because I want to complete the Stellify Award as well. And it came up, and because I'm a business student, it sort of resonated with my passion and my interest and what I'm studying, and that is the main reason why I joined the program, and I really had great moments with it.
Oh, that's cute. So now throughout the program, basically you have been here throughout the year from September until March, and you joined us in the second semester of the year. So that's very good. We have varied, experiences. So what was your personal journey like throughout the program? And was there any key moment or challenge throughout the program that really stood out to you?
I think the first challenge was when you were talking about content creation, and I was like, okay, I need to write blogs and maybe do a bit of filming, like the YouTube, Instagram Reels and things like that. But yeah, I think it was interesting. It was a learning experience because when I wrote my first blog, I remember it was about the TEDx event, and it had so many people involved with it. It was a great networking opportunity as well. I'm still in touch with a lot of people I met in that event. And after I wrote the blog, and it was posted on MEC's LinkedIn and on the website, and the response that it received, the appreciation, and people were genuinely interested in reading what I wrote about this one very niche event that happened on our campus with all these inspiring people being speakers in there. So I think those were throughout this learning experience, we have had many moments like that, and this was one of my highlights, and it was the very beginning of the program. And yeah, I think just taking the challenge and overcoming it and learning from it is something that this program does give you.
Okay, well, for me, I think I don't want to see this as a challenge, but as an opportunity to grow. But juggling between the EC program with my study, it's we have a lot of assignments, we have a lot of exams and stuff. But like meeting people like Fariha and Nainika, it's like because like I don't really have many friends, especially like international friends, because I'm from Indonesia, and it's like it's a great opportunity for me to get to know like another culture and how we see how we solve the problem, especially in entrepreneurship thing. So yeah, I think it's the moment for me to grow as a person, as an entrepreneur later. I hope so.
Oh, that's lovely. Lovely answers. I love that. So, entrepreneurship is often about growth and learning. We talk about, entrepreneurial skills. So, what are some of the key like skills and insights that you gained during this program?
Well, for me, I think we have this workshop in enterprise zone.
Yeah.
In enterprise zone. So I think this is the word that I wrote on my phone. Like, we cannot change ourselves if we don't take the opportunity, or if we do nothing, that we can't change anything. That's something that is stuck in my head, and that's something that if I want to be a better person, that I have to change, and I have to choose like the right environment for me. That's why that's something that I really stuck in my head, and we can just go.
So that's the writing that's there in the zone?
No, it's, I think someone said it during the workshop.
Right. Okay.
I think it's during the a £1,000,000 workshop.
Okay.
Yeah, I forgot the full name, but that's something.
That's great.
Yeah.
That's great. Amazing. It's very like good to see how certain things that entrepreneurs who come in to do workshops, it just like resonates so much with you that it stays with you like throughout, and it kind of like guides the way you're kind of like bringing about your kind of like living life. I would say, like be it professionally or personally. So how about you, Fariha?
So following on from your answers, there was this one workshop we had with Christina, and I remember her so vividly because she gave me some of the most valuable lessons that I'm looking forward to use in my life. One of them is about further studies and how do you do something that you're thinking of, and she shared tips on how she approached her co-founder and the skills that each of them had that made their business a success. So one of the lessons that I really remember is because masters is such a very focused course, like pick something that you're passionate about, and she did that, and today she's a really successful entrepreneur. And it just teaches you like a sort of, we have this idea like maybe education is not directly related to running businesses, which is very false, because you need to have knowledge in order to put it into practice. And while we focus on like always hands-on training and practice, experience is worth more. Regardless, it is very important to find a balance between your knowledge and your experience. And that is something that was truly eye-opening for me. And I think this program has given me some really unexpected lessons that I didn't really expect. I expected the hands-on things like interacting with the students and content creation, all those skills, but this few skills that were really unexpected and did come through this program and those workshops that we attended.
Oh, I really like that. Being part of like the organizing team with my manager and my colleague as well. It's so like heartwarming to see, the workshops actually making a difference in students' lives. So I'm really, really happy about that. I think we previously spoke a bit about key moments that like stood out to you during the program. Was there like any particular thing, any particular like achievement that you're proud of after having completed this program now?
I think my proudest moment, not only from the EC program, but for my entire year, was definitely the Students' Union Awards night. And it was very unexpected, because I know there are so many societies doing excellent entrepreneurial stuff. And when you called me up, I'm like, oh, okay. But Yeah, definitely. I feel like the skills that I learned through this program, I did apply them a lot in some of my other societies. And especially one of them that I'm really proud of is the Enactus Manchester making it to the national semifinals for the first time in its existence of 10 years.
Oh my god.
So that was a very big achievement for the entire committee. And being a competition exec, I was particularly proud of it because I was responsible for coordinating the competition for Enactus Manchester. And the second one was my very wholesome, cute society, Get Crafty for Charity. The events that we ran, like supporting students, because as Meutia said, like it's really difficult to find friends at university. And I think I designed that society in a way where we were raising funds for charity, but also like helping our students like sort of have a social life. And especially for those who are, let's say, commuters, they need to be back home and they cannot be out late at night, and they need like, so we would just do our events in the afternoon, and it will be very much like interactive and creative, obviously, and while also raising funds. We raised almost £2,000 last year.
That's
And
amazing.
yeah, we divided it among like 4 charities. And when the charities sent us like thank you cards, we were like over the moon, which means like we are making a real impact. And that
Definitely.
would not have been possible if I didn't have the entrepreneurial skills that I gained from my studies, as well as extracurricular activities like the EC program.
Yeah, that's amazing, and congratulations on winning the Masood Entrepreneurship Center Award. For the people watching us who might not know, so the Masood Entrepreneurship Center Award is a recognition that we provide to a society or an individual student if they have been entrepreneurial and they have kind of like surpassed our expectations in that. And that's exactly what you did, Fariha. You were not just entrepreneurial. By being an EC and actively like promoting MEC's initiative, you were kind of like spreading the word of entrepreneurship across the campus, and hence why you were a very, very deserving, winner, I would say. And also your Get Crafty for Charity, the society, you guys also made it to the finals of our Pitch It competition, which is again very, very good under your leadership. So very well deserved. And now, Meutia, any particular like achievements?
Well, I think, I don't really have much achievement during my year here, but I think I could finally finish the EC program in the end, even though it's like, I think if I remember correctly, the deadline is early May.
Yeah.
And during that time, I also had a lot of assignments. So yeah, I really put a lot of effort to finish the. Is it? I think we have like online learning, right? Like,
Yeah.
and I noticed that the online learning, instead of just learn and read, I think I really enjoy the online learning because like it's like a game, like, and we have I think it have different results if you choose other options. So it's fun to learn more, like, oh, what if I choose this, and what if I choose this. So I learned in the end, like, I learned a lot
Yeah.
from one online learning.
That's the key 5.
Yeah, the key 5 there, the
key-
key 5 ones.
Yeah, I think that's amazing, and I think we should tell our audience as well. So the key 5 is a set of 5 micro learning modules that MEC has very recently launched this year, and one of the tasks of our ECs was to complete those modules and then write a review. So that's what Meutia has just told us, how amazing that experience has been. So do check those out just to get a bit of a taster into entrepreneurship, I would say. And I must say as well, Meutia, you joined the program in the second semester and you completed the whole thing. You got all your 15, the points that you had to get within just one semester, while, all the other ECs had like a whole year. So I would say that's something very, very commendable as well. And you should be very proud of yourself for having been able to achieve that. Now, I think I want to talk about the Festival of Business. So you two have been 2 of our most like active ECs, and you helped out with our Festival of Business Future Leaders workshop. So this was a workshop which was organized as part of a 3-day like celebration of business, and also the University of Manchester, 200 years celebration. So during that workshop, we invited high school students, and we kind of like gave them a like taster into entrepreneurship. So what makes a great idea, and how to like pitch powerfully, and how to build a personal brand and stuff like that. And then they were asked to work in groups and come up with ideas and pitch that, which I was very amazed. Like at the end, the quality of pitches that were delivered, it was great. So although there is no age for learning and stuff like that, discovering about entrepreneurship at such an early age can be like an absolute game changer. So what are your thoughts on this?
Well, for me, because during the Festival of Business, like we help them to we help to assist to during the design design sprint. I think so. It's really, I mean, I'm so proud of the teams that I was helping, because I just need to trigger the light, and then they burn the fire into the. So yeah, I just like, so what do you think? So what is your pain problem? I just asked one question, and well, the problem is about the fashion, so, because like the fast fashion and stuff. So okay, then after that, so I just need to like push them a bit, and they can grow their ideas to, and then finally pitch it at the end. And I was so surprised, because the quality of the ideas they produced were beyond my expectation. As I mean, like I'm also learning from them. So yeah, that's something that they are so great, and in the early age of the like the teenage.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had pretty much of a funny story from that event. So I went to the table, and I was just like talking to the students there, and there was this one student, and I'm like, okay, she looks very young. But I was told like it's only year 12 students. So I'm like, oh, the group is planning for prom dresses. I'm asking everyone, oh, what did you guys wear to your prom? And like they're planning on like starting a business where you can hire the dress instead of buying it, and sort of like kind of like vintage. So I asked her, and she is like, oh no, I'm just a year 10 student. I'm like, okay. So how did you end up here? She's like, oh, my mom's a lecturer at AMPS.
Oh.
And she turns out to be my business data analytics professor.
Oh.
So I'm like, okay, that's really interesting. And basically it was just showing like how your parental influence can really just push your boundaries. It's like, she's so young, she's out here with like her older like peers, and from like all this university people, and she's sitting there confidently putting her ideas on a table, and really just learning as she does it. And I think it's sort of it shows like your confidence doesn't come with age. And how confident she was at it, that I would have not, like, I'm like, okay, she looks young, but I was like,
you really don't expect her to be like a 10-year student.
You're a 10 student. And yeah, but she enjoyed it, and every content, even sometimes you feel like maybe if we discuss this in front of like a particular age group, like businesses, okay, investing, businesses starting, where do I finance it from, all those serious things that were being taught at the workshop, it would be intimidating for like a student of her age. But the way she like really focused on the information, and the way she formed her opinions, and just expressing her opinions about it, okay, you're gonna face this problem, you will have to solve it that way. It just shows, like, as you say, there's no age for learning.
Definitely.
And it just reinstated that thing of the purpose of our workshop.
Definitely. I completely agree. Like, getting exposed to these kind of workshops at such an early age can definitely, like, change the way you think about certain problems, and the way you come up with solutions to those problems, which is exactly what I feel entrepreneurship is all about, really. So that has been great so far. So we currently have our Entrepreneurship Champions program applications open. So for students who are considering to join the next cohort of the program, what advice do you have for them? So what can they expect during the program, and how do they make the most out of the program, really?
So I would say that just apply, and if you start the program, you will notice, even though it seems very intimidating at first, all these tasks that you get, and you might think to yourself, how do I get them done? And because I remember once, it was really early on, I was checking my emails yesterday, and I took up one task that was a research on small businesses in Manchester, and I did withdraw myself from that task later on, and you were fine with it. You were like, it's completely fine. So I think this program does throw a lot of learning curves at you, and you just have to embrace it and learn and grow. And as Meutia said, like, just think of it as an opportunity, more of an opportunity than a challenge. And because if it wasn't for this program, there could be a lot of things that might have not happened in my life. Like one of them would be like being confident speaking in front of a camera, or being confident in writing a blog post, or even like networking with people, and just being around people who seem to be someone of like really respectable in the society, like owner of $1 billion business, and they're just like casually here and giving you advice, and they're okay to talk to you for like 10 minutes, 15 minutes, and they're interested in like letting you know how they got there, where you want to be. So I would say this program will give you opportunities that you wouldn't find in any other leadership role at the university.
That's so good to hear. I really feel so good about it. And definitely, like, you know, if this program like existed when I was a student back at uni, I would have done it like that. Like you said, it's more about like, definitely you have like tasks to do and stuff like that, but it's the chances and opportunities that you get to grow as part of it. I think it's mind-boggling, really. It's really good.
Just adding a bit to that, also it's coming from like me, who has been in like at least 5 leadership roles last year, and this was probably my it was my favorite one because of how varied it is. And when sometimes students feel like if they join a particular society that aligns with their career interest and their academic interest, that will allow them to grow. But to be fair, it is a very different experience that anyone from any discipline can try out and can use it to like for their own personal and career growth.
That's exactly the message we want to send out. Our motto is entrepreneurship for all. So definitely all students, regardless of what you're studying at uni. And very well said. And you, Meutia?
Well, for me, just like Fariha said, just apply it. Because and after you apply, be proactive. Because like, you know, we don't have to finish everything for this program, but during each task we learn a lot, just like you said, like they're so mind-blowing. And just like Fariha also said, like the entrepreneur who reserved their time to visit and to give us some insightful, even though it's just like for 15 or 30 minutes, but yeah, it will open your mindset and it will change the way you think, not only about the entrepreneurship, but also about like how you navigate your life in the future. So yeah, it really helps a lot. And entrepreneurship is for all. I agree with that. Because like, you know, entrepreneurship, it doesn't mean like you have to be an entrepreneur, but you can also become like entrepreneur, or you can be like entrepreneurship coach and stuff. So but yeah, if you can learn a lot during this easy program.
Yeah, definitely, I completely agree. You guys really, you know, put it in beautiful words. So there is something that I have learned myself along you all during this program. So this is like my first job after uni, and I knew nothing at all about entrepreneurship, businesses, or anything. I have a technical background, but something that I learned was that entrepreneurship does not just mean starting a business. It's more of a like mindset rather than just being a business owner. So there is something that one of our previous ECs has said, and I'm going to quote them. Anyone who proactively drives resources to an opportunity is an entrepreneur. So even at your job like workplace, you could be entrepreneurial in the way you deal with situations. So now that you've completed the program, you have a uni, you're a master's student, you're an undergrad. So what's next for you, really? And in terms of everything going on, and then how do you plan to continue your journey into entrepreneurship? Like, are you interested? Did the EC program put you off from entrepreneurship, or
well, for me, I think after I joined this program, because before coming here, I worked at the telecommunication industry back in Indonesia, and then I was a bit afraid to start the entrepreneurial journey. But after I joined this program, and then go back to Indonesia, I'm planning to start my entrepreneurial journey. But I'm still trying to figure it out. But this program encouraged me to start the entrepreneurial journey for me.
Yay! That's nice. That's exactly what we want to hear. Very good.
For me, it sort of worked into a full circle. So as you guys know already, right now I'm working as an intern at the university. And one of the reasons why I was chosen for this job is because I could showcase my blog writing skills.
Oh, great!
So remember how I told you about my first blog that was posted on the website and LinkedIn? So during my application for this internship, I linked it in my application, and they went straight to the MEC website and read it there, and they were impressed from there. They called me for an interview and maybe make another presentation and sort of explain my ideas for Welcome Week. So basically my job right now is centered around the Welcome Week students, and that is the reason I received your email about keeping MEC into different schools and the school that I'm working with. And I think that is all of these things that I already mentioned worked in a full circle for me, got me I'm not as experienced as Meutia. She has full experience. She finished her undergrad 6 years back, whereas I'm still just I'm going into my final year, and I'm more of a inexperienced early careers.
Of course not. Of course not.
But still, I'm early careers. You have one whole year of experience, and I'm counting months. But that's, and even with my other interview with the Big Four accounting firm, it was all about showing my entrepreneurial skill. That was more of a show, not tell. So when I was doing my assessment centers, I had to use all these skills that I've learned: communication, then all this how to interact with people in both a group and individual setting, and then making presentation and reading through a lot of content, because when we were given those tasks, it had some form of content, whether it is attending an event and observing what is going on, or whether it is just researching small businesses in Manchester, reading, or book reviews. So I think this program really prepares you for life. They when you think about any career, getting into any career, whether it be let's say my internship right now with the university is more of marketing and student facing customer service, whether it's that or whether it's more technical accounting and finance, and where you need these skills are really transferable. You can transfer it to any career you want. So that is the reason I would recommend this program to any student from any background in any year.
That's amazing. You've literally said what has been like what I have wanted to say throughout, the podcast. So thank you so much, Fariha and Meutia, for sharing your insights and experience with us. It has been a pleasure hearing your stories, and I think a lot of myths have been busted through this podcast, because a lot of times, like I've said, people think of entrepreneurship as owning a business and just kind of like starting a venture, but never as, the like skills that you develop that will then prepare you for life, exactly like you said. So for those interested in applying to our next cohort of the Entrepreneurship Champions program, do check out our website and send in your applications before the deadline. So that was it for this episode of the MEC Podcast Series. Thank you for tuning in. We'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.